so I just tried making a video and I fucking stopped it halfway through, so I'm remaking it. Yeah. Throwing a blanket in there. Yeah. Currently in hospital. My room's a fucking state. Because I can't be arsed to do it. Having a ciggy. Yeah, I'll show you around. I'll show you around a little bit. I'm not showing you in my room right now because it's a state. Yeah, I don't own a lighter, so I don't know what I'm looking for. Anyway, this is the gaff. It's fucking lovely. Yeah, they're not bedrooms, they're like, don't know what the fuck they are. But bedrooms, so it's that way. And this is me, a little snacking area. Oh my god, I've fucking ate so much since I've been here. Little drinks part. Yeah, so if anyone's been in hospital, you're not allowed lighters, and you have to use a twat like this. The fucking cigarette. Brace myself, because this thing is a twat. It's a lot of things. So let's have a little go. This thing hates me. It's kind of working. Nope. Nearly. Nope. Fucking hates me. I'm so gassy. Stay up. Cigarettes are naughty, but I love the dirty backy. Yes, I'm in hospital. Again, very traumatic place to be in. It's actually not. It's actually probably one of the best things my sister could have done for me. There's only 2 times that my family have put me in hospital, but I've been in hospital 3 times since this year and last year. So this time in March, and then I was in last March, and then again in August. Bearing in mind, when I came in last March, I hadn't been in 12 years. And I hadn't been in since like 12 years ago. Sorry, it's a bit cold. 12 years ago I came in because I had bipolar psychosis. And then I came in again in the March because I had bipolar psychosis. I had a breath for some reason. Smoker, obviously I had breath. Yeah, I've had to come to terms with. So when I came in here, I was like, I don't need to be in here, I feel fine. But a few days then I kind of realised, no, I do need this place. But of late I've not been recognised, and for a while I've not been recognised, and that I am going through a very psychotic, emotionally up and down roller coaster. Sort of mental trials and tribulations every single day. So I did literally just make a video. It was like 20 minutes in and I deleted it. Well, not deleted it, but I stopped it partway through, so can't make another one. So as it stands, I go through ups and downs with my schizoaffective disorder, complex PTSD, and weirdly ADHD, because usually people with schizoaffective disorder don't have ADHD. I don't know if it's very common, but ADHD, you lack dopamine, and with schizophrenia, you have too much dopamine. But I do believe, because it's schizoaffective, sorry I'm shaking, because it's schizoaffective. The bipolar depression kinda depletes me schizoaffective dopamine. So I'm currently on methylphenidate ADHD meds, long release, and I still feel quite empty. Not empty, I can feel, which is great, but I had the realisation that it is quite a sad feeling that I'm feeling, but happy days, I can still feel. I'm gonna get fucking sad, it's cold. Naughty, naughty Sally, I shouldn't be smoking. Yes, I'm gonna go to my room. Yeah, I'm gonna go to my fucking room. As well as it stands, yeah. I actually went through postpartum psychosis, like paper psychosis again in the March. I didn't actually realise I was going through it. I didn't actually realise I was going through it. Fuck me out, pale. I don't usually walk around the ward and make videos, and the last video I made, because it's quite late, it's like 2 in the morning at the moment, and I'm not going through me, I just tend to like me night times and then crash in the morning. Last time in hospital, I can do that. Chilly really. So that was different, making a video in the living room, kitchen I'm here. I'm going outside and have a ciggy. I've never done that on video, have I? No. Yeah, so I was in hospital again for the first time in 12 years, like I said, in March because of bipolar psychosis. Like I've mentioned a few times, I went through severe bipolar depression. I was very numb, and then when I got with a rebound after another rebound after finishing my long-term relationship of 6.5, 7 years, I felt great. I felt quite happy in myself. I felt great, and I always said to myself, stay away from this man. You've heard how he talks about women. He's quite vile how he talks about his exes. All he does is slag people off. And weirdly, you truly know a person by how they talk about people. If they're constantly slagging people off or bad-mouthing people, you can guarantee if you do something wrong, you're going to be in the next viral line. And I don't always consider that true, but for the most part, it is how people are. Like, generally, I talk about myself quite a lot because I find myself more interesting. I'm just joking. So September, October, I got with another rebound and I felt quite happy. We moved on quite fast. We ended up getting engaged like after 2 weeks. I've never done that. I felt really happy with him. Probably because I could feel for the first time, like really like emotionally feel happy in a long time, and I felt great. I mean, like I felt happy without crying. I could feel something without crying. Yes, things started going downhill. He was accusing me of an awful lot. And this, that, and the fucking thing. Third, a lot was irrelevant or nonsense, like that I didn't really understand, and I was constantly on the defensive. And when I kind of get on the defensive, I get squeaky. I sound squeaky, but to a lot of people, I sound quite abrupt. So I've heard. He always thought I was kicking off at him back in a way, and I was like, that's not news. But no, I was really on the defensive. And then I fell pregnant in the November, bit. To be honest, I'd wanted a baby for like 7 years. I'd been praying to get pregnant for like 7 years, even with the implant in my arm. But my partner at the time didn't want a baby, so I kept the implant in my arm. Weirdly, I was always like convinced I was pregnant, and I was always like checking pregnancy tests to see if I was, praying that I'd come out with 2 lines, and then when I fell pregnant to this person that I got with after the long-term relationship, it was a really happy moment, but it was quite fucked up because just before I found out I was pregnant, I was taking a lot of cocoa to kind of feel happy, because even though I was happy when I was with him, I still had days where I felt quite depleted and empty, and I needed, rather than take alcohol drugs, I was taking pharmaceuticals to kind of lift me up, even if it made me feel sick in a sense, because at least then I could feel something. And obviously when I found out I was pregnant, I was happy, but I was concerned because when you're taking a lot of cocoa when pregnant, I'm pretty sure it can cause spina bifida and stuff like that, I think. So anyway, I'm not sure. Weirdly, I felt the movement. So when you get pregnant, when you conceive, and you have the restriction time, and it's released. It takes a bit before the egg and the sperm kind of arrive, as you know. But then when the sperm and the egg arrive, it's kind of like the orgasm in a sense. It's kind of like an orgasm in itself. They gravitate towards each other. It's beautiful. Like they're haplings or gametes, whatever you call them. I think it's gametes at that point when they kind of get close to each other and collide, and then they become like a kind of baby. Anyway, I kind of felt that moment when it happened. I was on the bus coming back from Widnes, a close town to where I am, and it's I felt euphoric for a moment, but it was in my stomach, I kind of knew, I'm pregnant. Well, did I know I was pregnant? I didn't actually know I was pregnant at the time, but I kind of, at that moment, I knew I was pregnant because of the way I felt, which is weird. It was euphoric, and then psychotic at the same time. I started going through psychosis as soon as I got pregnant, as soon as the gametes kind of got together and had sex, the sperm and the egg kind of got together and orgasmed and created a little embryo. So the psychosis probably kicked in. I was on a bus and I knew I just felt pregnant. I just kind of knew. And when the psychosis kicked in, it was I thought oh my god, this pure bogies, I call them bogies, or figs and that, when I see someone but they don't seem real. Do you know what I mean? To define real, I mean someone that ain't acting in a sense. So when I say bogies, I kind of mean I always so I kind of thought as a bogey, people have took over the bodies that are there, they had an added spirit on the body, an added spirit on their body. It's kind of confusing. I was on the bus and I thought because it went from everyone being normal on the bus to everyone seeming they had added spirits on the body, if you get me. And I thought, oh my god, fucking hell, what's going on? This hasn't happened for a while. That's what I'm thinking. This hasn't happened in a long time. And just kind of continued, but weirdly I didn't kind of worry or panic about it. I didn't tell my partner at the time about it. So it continued. I started thinking people were vampiric, not vampires, but kind of people that had lived this life before, lived lives before and continued these lives, died and came back, and they kind of knew that they came back and they'd grown as people in themselves, and they were higher form of human, an evolved, sort of wiser, mature type of being, abilities in a sense. And to be quite honest, telepathy is really a thing. It's openly spoke about now, which it never was. I don't know whether people sort of kind of get onto this, but we're in like a 5D realm at the minute, and like when we say back in like early 2000s, we're kind of like in 3D. I kind of moved to 5D like before a lot of people. Like my third eye opened well before a lot of people did, and as I can explain it, it was kind of like taking DMT. It's like a dad and had a rebirth at the same time, but it wasn't a nice experience. It's like everyone else was still in 3D and I moved to 5D. If you get me, you get me. If you don't, I do apologise. But it was like, it was kind of like, yeah, so like as in the 5D realm, sorry, that's good. That's kind of like think back to what I was saying. So as in the 5D realm, people are quite more inclined into the spirituality and the know-how of what's going on. Like most people anyway, I think a lot of people with autism are quite blind to it in a sense. I don't know if they are because I'm not autistic, but I do have a lot of friends that are autistic. I have a lot of family that's autistic, and thankfully they're quite blank to kind of like, I like to say this, I don't know if it's true, I'm not trying to stigmatise and not only that, but they seem quite ignorant in it. Not ignorant, that's a terrible word, but blank towards people tapping into the emotions in a sort of sense. Like I've heard a lot of autistic people can't process their emotions. To be quite honest, might be autistic, but disregard what I said. But yeah, a lot of people realise when people like spiritually tapping in, it's openly spoke about. So with telepathy, it is a real thing. So anyway, I was thinking people quite vampiric, and a lot of them were reading my minds, and my mind is not a safe place for anybody to be, not for anybody. So it was really freaking me out. I felt like I had to take quite control of like shielding myself in a sense, like proper shielding myself, and I was finding it difficult. So in a weird sense, I felt safe. I felt like these like vampiric people, as I say, like people who've relived life and kind of had a higher sense of maturity and wiseness in themselves because they've relived and kind of like higher power, like kind of like higher being. I felt safe around them, like I was a part of them. Like I've been lost and now I've been brought to a realm where I should be in a sort of sense. Yeah, so I knew I was pregnant and I was going through that, and yeah, whilst I was going through that, situations were happening with the partner at the time where we were arguing, he was drinking and things were happening that they shouldn't have been, and yeah, like I was numbing out, and I decided, like, because I was crying all the time and I felt distressed, I felt mentally unstable in a sort of sense. Mentally stable, I was mentally unstable, and like I was having visions of like really sick weights, like baby killer weights, and hard to explain if you've never experienced it, but my colours changed, my reality has changed, and I've seen colours that not many people should see. I've seen worlds that not many people should see, and it scares the shit out of me. It scares the fucking shit out of me. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But white is a lovely shade, but white can be a very traumatic sort of colour if you don't. If you see it in a different sort of light. Anyway, so I was seeing very sick whites, and it was scaring me, and I kind of thought, I'm not well, and I kind of know, like I'd been through postpartum psychosis before, like puerperal psychosis, before I'm gonna go through puerperal psychosis after I have this baby, and I was scared because with my first two children, when I went through puerperal psychosis, it was traumatic, very traumatic. It wasn't nice. It's scary, very scary. I've suffered with severe psychosis since I was 17. Like I'd been through severe psychosis since 17. And then but then I fell pregnant with my son and had him when I was 20, and then I went through postpartum psychosis. I had him when I was 20, just before my 21st, and I went through postpartum psychosis, behavioral psychosis. It's got like 2 names. And then like there's a year and 15 days between my son and my daughter. So straight after my son go through behavioral psychosis, I fell pregnant with my daughter. So it was a fear. And then after I had my daughter, I went through it again. This time it was 20 times worse. And obviously being pregnant again and then seeing things I didn't like to see. I'm going through what I was going through. It was like an instant, I'm going to go through behavioral psychosis, and I was petrified. Because it takes me to some places that I won't put my worst enemy, like some really scary places. It's not nice. It's not nice. So it got to a bit further on, and me and the partner at the time thought it was the best idea that I have an abortion. It wasn't the easiest decision to make, and I know that could be quite triggering to a lot of people, and it's not something I ever thought I'd do. I took a life away from a winner. And when I think about it, it fucking kills me. Like that sperm was the fastest, the quickest, the most intelligent. That made its that egg, and that was that one lucky egg that wasn't a period. And so it wasn't easy. And it's not nice. I tried to think that baby is going to be up there waiting for me when I go. Wishful thinking. I mean, it's just turned off. It's been toilet light. So it wasn't nice. I went to the abortion clinic the day before New Year's. I went on New Year's Eve and got a taxi there. Me and the partner at the time, he'd split up with me at this point. He kept splitting up with me. He didn't want to be with me. He was trying to dig his way out. If a man wants to be with you, they'll be with you. They don't try and cause arguments to get out. So it was quite oblivious. It was quite blatant that he wanted out the relationship. So so I ended up going to the abortion clinic, and then he spent New Year's Eve with me. I drank, and I don't know. I hadn't actually had the abortion at the time, because when you have an abortion, you take tablets at home. Not a lot of people. I don't know how it works for everyone, but you take tablets at home. You insert tablets. It's not very nice. He went. I didn't see him for 2 days. It was around 2-day mark, and I just said, I kept saying to him, don't let me take those tablets. I can't do it. And he went, and impulsively I did it. I had a thought in my head, and I did it. I inserted the tablets, and then I waited, and then it took quite a while to start, and it was a scary process. Horrible process. And then when the bleeding started, it wasn't nice. I went through it alone. Didn't really tell anyone, didn't tell family or no one. He knew I was going through, but we weren't together, we weren't speaking. And then the day after, he spoke to me. He said, I'm going to meet and all this, I'll come round and see you. And bear in mind, I was kind of still going for the abortion. It was still kind of, because it takes a while. I was quite far along, even sick, but I was quite far along. And then, it was kind of a moment where it's like, it's really gone. It's really happening. I've really done it. Fuck, it's kind of like a fuck. Yeah, so we went to a mate's, his best mate's a girl mate, and I know what he's like when he gets together with his girls, just slags off women. And being around, like I said, he'd accused me of this, that, and the bloody fair thing, counting dozens of stuff within the space of a few months. So I knew I was in the final line of being the talk of him and his best mate's little visit. So yeah, when he said he was coming to mine, he came to mine, and he was already being quite passive aggressive and quite snotty. He never spoke to me like that before, but obviously he had had a talk with his best mate, so, which obviously I'm not jealous about. I'm chilling with girls. Go for fucking go, baby. You chill with girls. Yeah, that way, and it was obviously we went to go, so anyway, anywho, right, so he gets to my house. I'm going through the abortion. I'm mentally messed up. I've been going through a lot of psychosis, and now I'm going through an abortion. Like, I'm emotionally depleting, and yeah, he kicked off because something that he wanted wasn't in my home, and he thought I stole it and got the stuff he accused me of, and he got his best mate on the phone, got her to kick off at me. I'm thinking, you sick fuck, why are you doing that? Like, so not only was someone that I loved kicking off at me whilst I was aborting his baby, he was getting his best girl mate to kick off me as well. It wasn't even anything to do about the abortion. It was something totally irrelevant. Basically, he having his back because I done X, Y, and Z that wasn't even done because I was constantly on the fucking defensive. And then he left me house laughing his head off. nice. So yeah, it was like that wasn't nice. Yeah, so about 2 weeks, so a few days after, I was quite feeling like empty and that, and then I started to pick up, and it was like, well, you can get to fuck, and about 2 weeks later, I started to go for postpartum psychosis with this baby, and I didn't even know you could go through postpartum psychosis after an abortion or a miscarriage, but apparently you can, and I started to go through it. I didn't even know I was going through it. I was talking to the walls. I thought the spirit was with me. And yeah, he ended up taking my life. Trying to take my life. I didn't take my life. After a couple of months of trying to take my life, I was going through some mental trauma and stuff. I kept thinking this spirit that was like, I kept thinking this like 12-year-old spirit was with me. And I actually thought, like, so I got in contact with someone that I'd been in contact a while ago. Like, I loved him at one point, but he broke my heart, and I got back in touch with him at the time he was incarcerated, and yeah, I got back in touch with him, so we got talking. Like, as you know, a rebound, fucking, technically, I loved him, even whilst I was with this person and the last person, so we got in touch, and yeah, I actually thought it was his twin brother who passed away. And I thought he was 12 years old, being in mind I don't even know how old his twin brother was when he died. Anyway, I thought he was with me. I thought like he kept testing me to see if I cared about him in a sort of sense. I kept thinking he was jumping into my most traumatic places that I've been, like me mini hells and that, me realities and such. And yeah, it was quite a fucking whirlwind of a time. It got to the March, like I said, tried to take my life. So it got to the March and I tried to take my life. So whilst this like little 12-year-old spirit was around, I don't see white basically. It's never white, so it's like a blue, yellow, green, orange, and I don't deal well with the colour orange, and yeah, I kept seeing orange on my walls, and I kept feeling, I just kept hearing like seeing it on TV. I was seeing like, I kept thinking I was seeing angels on the TV, and they were accusing me of being a nonce and being a man that had gone on since I was about 3 years old, so it was fucking weird. It was really fucking with me head, like, really traumatically. It's like especially when it's like live crowds on music, it fucking scares shit out of me, especially when they start clapping and shit. It was like they were screaming at me in a sense, and like kicking off at me, like, and like it's like constantly I felt like they were getting at me and attacking me and challenging me and stuff, like, and this like little spirit was always there encouraging it. I don't even fucking know at this moment, I don't really think that, but it was weird. He was always with me. That kid's been with me. Like that spirit that I thought was there was with me for some time. Sometime he kind of left me 3 weeks ago. I've not felt him or heard him talk to me or felt his presence in 3 weeks. I don't even know if it was him, but that's who I thought it was. And yeah, so he's not been with me. He helped a lot. He helped me get through some dark spaces. Weirdly, he helped me shield the orange. He kind of told me release my soul colour. My soul colour is kind of like an angel blue, very very light blue, but very fiery, like a little angel blue, but like they're like fire, and it kind of like shielded me from the orange. Like he helped me and calmed the trauma with me at the same time. Anyway, I got to the march and like I said, tried to take suicide. I asked kids, like I'd actually, like it's not something I would ever do lightly. I contemplated it for a very long time, for a very long time. So I finally went to go do it. My CPN came out. Like my mental health nurse, I said, I really don't want to be here. I don't feel safe around myself. I said, I need to go to the hospital. And it's not something I've said ever to her. Obviously, I haven't been in hospital in 12 years, so it was like a desperatity because obviously I've got children and I knew if I got left alone, I was going to do it. So I asked for help. The thing is, you don't just get put in an institution because you want to end it. You get put in an institution if you've attempted to end it and you survived. Or if like you're clapping shit in your hands or whatnot, or trying to jump off roofs and whatnot. But yeah, so as it stands, I tried to end it, and then I but I asked CPN. She said, "There's no beds in the Buddha." I thought, okay, still better. She went, "Oh no, I'll say yeah, I'll get through it." And then she made out like, "Oh, that'll be fine." And like in the end, I was like, "I'll just do it then. I'll just do it." Convinced myself the kids will be better off without me and having a psycho mother. I didn't think my family would miss me very much, and I guess they really would. I kind of thought everyone would be over it in a few weeks and I'd just be like lost news. So I asked the kids' dad, I said, "Oh, can you take them to your mum's?" Bearing in mind he was round whilst I was going through paper psychosis, like, because I was going through a lot. I didn't want the kids to see me cry or anything. Weirdly, like, I always used to put myself together whenever they knocked on the door. I was like, "Oh dear, I was a new woman." I just put it together, and then as soon as I sat down, Psycho came back, and yeah, I asked the kids' dad, I was like, "Can you take kids to mum's?" I said, "Can you take Sassy?" She's my baby, she's my dog. Anyway, he took them. I had a big Volvic bottle with juice in it. I sat upstairs, I was necking them, and usually I can like pop pills quite easily. Like bearing in mind, I used to pop like who heard them on go just to feel like handfuls and pop them just to feel something. But this time round, it was different. It was like hard pill to swallow, I guess. It was a hard pill to swallow. They were so hard to swallow, and the more I took, it got harder and harder and harder. Bearing in mind, I didn't really take that many. I took 200 pills once. Woke up fucking fine and dandy. Weird as fuck. Guess the grown didn't want to take me there, die. But no. this time around, I found it really difficult. I was popping my old moxidine. I had a couple of packets. I didn't actually have that many left, and I popped them all out and tried necking them really fast. They hit effect really fast, really fast, and then I started feeling sick. I kept like nearly going. I told myself, Sally, don't you dare be sick, don't you dare be sick. I kept holding it back, and it's like constantly. And I was trying my hardest towards it, because I knew if I threw up, I'd be throwing up part of like what I took, and I wanted to go. Like, I really wanted to go. I'd had enough. I've been contemplating death for a long time, going through the numb for years and years, and constant like accusations from spirits like that I've all around me. That is just fucking trauma. I knew that, but yeah, like, I was exhausted from mental trauma and emotional depletion, and just roller coaster of it all, and I didn't want to throw up. I just wanted to go. Yeah. So I tried laying down, because like when you know you're gonna go, you're gonna go. And I tried laying down, all of a sudden something pulled me over. I threw up all over the bed, and as I threw up, pissed myself. I kept throwing up, and I pissed all over the bed. Weirdly, so I thought I had a few more pills left, so I thought that just made me feel even more sick. And then I heard the angels on TV, and they were screaming at me, "You've got to get up. If you go, we'll go," sort of thing. And I think they were begging me to get up. Sally, get up. Sally, get up. I could see me, I could see me ass fucking going. Like, I felt like I knew I was gonna go. I was like, fuck, I just gotta go. But then I started seeing a dark place as I was going, and the angels, like the voices around me were saying, if you fall asleep in a dark place, you're gonna die. You're gonna stay in that dark place. I don't know whether it was like a spirit trying to say that to scare me, but yeah, I was going to a dark place, and I didn't care. I just wanted to go, and I laid down, and I tried to sleep, and I was nearly gone. But there's this side of me, and it kept trying to get me up. I don't go, no. I kept trying, no. And I kept weighing back, and it kept trying to get me up. And I was like, no. And then I was fighting to lay there. I couldn't even move. But someone in me was like dying to stand up. And that was ongoing for about 20 minutes. Felt like a lifetime. Eventually, this strength I am inside of me pulled me the fuck up. It got me the fuck up. Did you say you have a monkey paradox inside you? You have your monkey instincts. Well, yeah, that monkey instinct, or whatever it fucking was, whether it was my human side or my monkey side, I got the fuck up. I dragged myself up, and at the time I bought a load of speed, and I was like, you've got to take something to wake it up. So I dragged myself on, falling everywhere, because I was fucked. And I just went down, I sniffed it, because I thought I would go in quicker. Sniff speed, and I got on the phone to me, weirdly, considering how fucked I was, like that, sobered up, fucking mental. It was mental, like, for real. It's like the angels were like, no, you're not fucking going, you're gonna wake the fuck up, and you're gonna get yourself together for your babies. But like, it was like, the other side of me, I was like, get the fuck off your babies. I was like, no, I just wanna go. And I was like, get the fuck off your babies. No, I wanna go. And then I got on the phone to my sister, and I screamed at it down there, because I've never asked my family for really like help and support when it comes to my mentals. And I screamed down the phone. I was like, Amanda, come down. I need you now. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end up doing it, because I feel like if she didn't come down and get me, I would have done it again. I would have tried again. So I said, Amanda, you've got to come down, because like this side of me that was trying, like, part of me really wanted to go, and it was like, you're fucking dying, girl. And then there was this strength in me that was like, you're fucking not. And I forced this side of me out of me. It's like I forced it out of me, this side of me that just wanted to go. I fucking got rid of it, and it kept me strength. It's like I kept the strength, and like it's weird because like when you truly need something and you want something to happen in your technology and your world's just like, not so today, we're gonna fuck with you, girl. So, my bad, dropped my phone. So, so the signal for the first time with that phone just didn't want to work. And it's like cutting out the floor. And she couldn't hear anything I was saying. But yeah, when she finally did, she got said, I'm going to be about half an hour. Well, she came down fast. She was down in about half an hour. I couldn't stay in my room. It was pissed all over myself, so I had to get changed. I got changed, fresh knickers, all the rest of it. And then when I sat on the doorstep and had a ciggy. And as it stands, there's two sides to me. There's two sides to everyone, like, really, isn't there? Like, like, to be quite honest, there's that many sides to me. I have no idea anymore. Quite a lot, probably like 34. But it's like a little side of me that was like, no, you're going, girl. That was fucking gone. That was gone. That disappeared. And this like strength was here, and rationalisation that's always here. But don't say shit. Came out, and I'm sat there on the doorstep, and all of a sudden, like, I'm having a fucking conversation with myself, and like, saying on one side and saying on one side and saying on one side. It's fucking weird. It's happened before, but a very long time ago, like when I first saw sport, like when I was 17, bear in mind. This was last year when I was 33. So I'm like going back and forth for conversation with myself, and yeah, my sister arrived, and I was like, fuck. And it was like a relief. She took me to A&E, she tried to call me a few mental health places, and we got to A&E, I was like, I do not want to stay here, I begged her to let me go home. Eventually she let me go home. I got a bit arsey with my man, and I don't do that. I have respect for my family, but I got a bit arsey with my sister. She eventually let me go home. I went home. I told Amanda exactly where all the pillows were, so Amanda take them off me, fucking move them, jump down to get rid of them. So I told her where speed was, so Amanda, get fucking rid of it, get it gone. I don't want it in my house. I have loads of it. It's fucking cheap shit, isn't it? So I have loads of it. I was disgusting the amount that I had. I just said, Amanda, get rid of it all. So she got rid of it all. Being in mind, like, it weren't something I really usually done. It's like I wanted to kill myself, so I bought a load. I was going to party and I fucking killed myself, you know what I mean? And weirdly, the speed saved my life in this sort of sense, and the strap for me saved my life. More the strap for me saved my life. So I ended up going home. Psychiatrist came out the next day, assessed me. I went up to the book centre, kind of like where I am now, but it's the offices upstairs, not like downstairs, like where the institution is. And I went up to see a doctor, Dr. Amy. He's brilliant. Like, my doctor that I've had for 12 years isn't very supportive. He used to be, but not so much anymore. So I was made up that I seen Amy, and like weirdly, I was quite with it. I was quite with it. I explained what was going on. I explained everything, and it's quite odd for a psychiatrist to be really empathetic, because as a psychiatrist, I guess they kind of have to shield themselves from patients' emotions, because obviously people like me with traumatic PTSD, complex PTSD, and emotional difficulties. I don't nasty stuff. So they have to shield themselves off. So it was kind of nice that he emphasised. You can tell when someone's emphasising, and they kind of like feeling sympathy and kind of empathising. But like to get into a mental hospital, you have to have 2 psychiatrists kind of agree. So on this side, he was like, yeah. And then I went home. I tried to sleep that night. I think I got about 4 hours. And then another psychiatrist came out with a nurse. I think it was that night, that same night. No, I hadn't slept. I've been pacing around the kitchen actually. When I got home after seeing a psychiatrist, I got something in my head. I'm not going to discuss it. It's really fucked up. Okay, we'll discuss it. I thought someone was a nonce for me for very specific reasons. I have like a very big hatred for nonces. They fucked with me head, and I thought they fucked with someone close to me. Honestly, it was in my head. But I had like rationalised reasons at the time. So I was pacing up and down my kitchen, When I got home after seeing this, I was building myself up. I was asking everyone for a fucking hammer. I was going to go down, I'm not a violent person, but I was genuinely going to go down to his fucking caravan, so I do his fucking caravan in, and then smash him with it. Genuinely, in my head, I knew he's going to fucking kill me. He's a big fucking lad. He'll kill me, but it would have been worth the risk just to give him a smash with a hammer. Anyway, I rationalised with myself. I talked to someone that I shouldn't have. To be quite honest, I could have done something that would have left guilt with me for the rest of my life. And by the end of the night, I rationalised with myself, sort of me, I was like, sorry fucking head out, that did not happen. As it stands, it's none of my business. People don't fuck with kids, you know what I mean? Anyway, so, yeah, sorry, keep wiping my nails, that's gross. Yeah, so as it stands, the nurses came out later that evening, and I'd been pacing. I was really severely manic, but I was with it. I wasn't mentally depleted. I guess I was. Yes, it's still going through psychosis, like bipolar psychosis, but I felt with it in a sense. I went crying, and then nurses came out, said, yeah, you're quite manic, we'll try and get you something to kind of help you sleep. Anyway, they left, and I did it. I was like 2-3 hours, 4 hours. We woke up the next day, and I got admitted into hospital. I went to Broadoak in Liverpool, next to Broad Green Hospital. Yeah, like if you know where that is, close to me in England. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, first time I got admitted into hospital in 12 years, and I went through a serious psychotic moment, and to be quite honest, it's just continued since the abortion. In all honesty, the first time I went in, I should have stayed in for an extra 6 months. I should have stayed in for an extra 6 months. I should have been put on a section 3. I got put on a section 2, which is a month in hospital. And after that, I should have been put on a section 3. So when I came out of hospital, I'm going to end this in a minute. When I came out of hospital, I was good for not very long. I was good for like a week or 2, and then, yeah, it was like the drop again. Back to bipolar depression, and it's not a place I ever like going to. It's fucked up. It's like vanilla without the vanilla. It's like vanilla without the flavour. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's empty. I know it's really empty. So when you want to slash yourself just to make sure you're alive. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Yeah, I impulsively booked a holiday abroad to Turkey. Whilst I was manically going, like, not manically, but like severely going through bipolar depression. Bearing in mind, when I booked it, the holiday we were going on to Turkey was a week later. So the kid's dad, like a pro, packed the majority of the stuff because he is a legend. We went, just out, like, during that time, I keep saying things. During that time, I got diagnosed with ADHD. I was prescribed what's it called now? it begins with an F anyway, can't remember, but it's just a dopamine based tablet. It's not got serotonin in it, because I've been going through kind of like mania in a sense, like you didn't want to put anything with serotonin, but at the time it would have really helped because I was going through bipolar depression again, and that ain't nice. That is not nice. So yeah, he gave me that, but we had gone on holiday. We'd gone on holiday before I could pick it up. So I went on the holiday. I slept all on the plane. I slept for the first day we got there, and I kind of pulled my shit together whilst I was there. And when I got back, I kind of like pulled my shit together. Weirdly, I was going through psychotic shit every single day, but I wasn't crying. And I was kind of weirdly, kind of like, in a sense, like, I got along with my demons in a sense. Do you get me? Like, I started listening to audiobooks. I started giving myself psychology, something I've never had, and I tried healing myself. I tried. And yeah, I think I'm gonna cut there. Peace.